Big businesses can't just think about themselves.
Businesses can only succeed if their communities do too.
They need to think about us. We want opportunity.
At Chevron, we invest in the community to improve education, people's health.
We want a future.
Create jobs and raise the standard of living. After all,
this is our community.
It's my community too.
This week saw the start of a programme of action by the Maritime Union of Australia against Chevron and its subcontractors. The MUA is accusing Chevron of abusing the visa system and failing to train a new generation of workers. We talked to the MUA to find out what they would like to see happen.
Look, we've recently started a campaign against Chevron and its contractors, specifically in relation to the amount of work that will be generated from probably the world's biggest construction job that we've got at the current time.
They bring them in under tourist visas and then tell them, we've got emails telling these s04e05 visas that if you get questioned by immigration, tell them you're not here to work because it's the wrong visa. We've got the evidence, Chevron, and we're going to uncover and we're going to expose you for what you are.
The Gorgon project is the world's largest construction job of any type, and unfortunately we don't believe we're seeing the benefits flowing through to both the community and the people that live here in Western Australia from that. There's been an inability for Chevron to provide the sort of local content it should. So whether it's manufacturing jobs in terms of the steel and the fabrication work that will go into a project like this, but principally from our perspective it's the amount of local jobs that should be on this project and the amount of training that should be going into our youth. We've got a situation, and probably one of the main gripes we've got in relation to what's happening with this project is we've got half the fabrication shops in Kwinana are empty, and there's a lot of steel that should be going into this job that just isn't. We've got a lack of training of young people in the community. We've got a youth unemployment rate in Kwinana currently of about 25%, yet we've got the world's biggest construction job in our backyard. And our view is we've seen, at least in our components on this project, young people not being trained.
It's never been harder to get an apprenticeship in this state. In engineering and construction trades, there's been a decreasing number of apprentices since 2008.
But look, we've got some real concerns with the misleading nature of the ads that Chevron's put out in respect of investment in local training and local jobs. What we've seen, and I can only speak from the experience of my union, the Maritime Union, what we've seen in our areas is when we've made attempts to try and get jobs on these projects, so apprenticeship jobs, we tried to get 2 chef apprenticeships from an 18-month contract on that job, and there was not enough money in the contract to put 2 young people through apprentices, even though we'd been through and interviewed people.
Imagine if they spent just half of their advertising budget on traineeships and apprenticeships. Imagine the kids that are currently unemployed who will get opportunities out of that advertising budget. Forget the spin, Chevron, deliver on the jobs.
The rally on Tuesday was well attended. Somewhere in the vicinity of 4,000 to 5,000 people attended that rally. Clearly that was the beginning of the campaign against Chevron to hold them accountable to the community of Western Australia in relation to the opportunities that should be provided from this job. As we speak now, between midday and 2 o'clock every Friday, for as long as it takes, and we'll be out there one more day than Chevron is, but for as long as it takes, we'll be putting pickets out the front of Chevron's offices to expose what's happening on the world's largest construction job. You know, they have this glossy ad campaign about the benefits they provide in relation to the training of locals and local jobs, yet their largest contractor is trying to exploit loopholes in the system to keep Australians off that project. We want to see investment for opportunities for Western Australians, and we want to see traineeships and apprenticeships for our young people.